How often do you all bunk school or college? You, so you bunk fairly often, right? So I'll tell you about a day when I bunked work. This was on the 7th of February 1999. India and Pakistan were playing at the Firozshah Kotla. There was a test match that was going on. And I was supposed to be at work, but we had passes to the India-Pakistan test match. And I said, let's just go watch a couple of sessions. So we watched the morning play. Pakistan was batting very well. They were carting the Indian bowling all over the park. They were 100 for no loss around lunch. And I said, ये तो बैंड बजा दिया इन्होंने हमारा. गलती की, छुट्टी नहीं लेनी चाहिए थी, ऑफिस चले जाना चाहिए था. And I thought that, okay, it's only noon, there's still a lot of time left, let me go and work after that. So I thought, by then lunch was getting over, I thought let's just see one over and then we leave. So we sat down to watch a couple of overs after lunch. That's when the first wicket fell. And I thought, अरे एक wicket गिर गई, थोड़ा सा और देख लेते फिर जाते हैं. That's when another wicket fell. And then another, and then another, and then another. And soon we realized that we were seeing history in the making. Because bowling that day was India's greatest match winner ever. And I'm absolutely delighted, thrilled, privileged and honored to invite to India Today Mind Rocks, India's greatest match-winning bowler ever. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Jumbo Anil Kumble. Welcome. I'm a huge fan, and it's an honor to have you with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rahul.
You've been asked this question like a million times, but since I was there, since you were watching what happened, I want to ask you, at what stage in that match against Pakistan did you feel, okay, maybe I can get 10 wickets here?
Probably when I picked up my 6 wickets, I came back. There was a break, tea break, and I had bowled continuously from lunch till tea. And at tea break, I sat down and then thought that, here's a chance for me to better my previous best in tests, which was 7 for. And I went there and then picked up 7, and then 8 and 9 happened in 2 deliveries. And that's when perhaps, it dawned on not just me, but more on my teammates that there was an opportunity for me to pick up all 10.
That's when you told Javagal Srinath, side mein bowling karna, side mein
No,
bowling
I don't think I told him, told Sri to bowl wide, but I guess it was the 25,000 people watching telling Srinath that, you bowl wide. And it was probably, not said in words, but I guess that was the intent.
And it was absolutely fantastic to be sitting in the audience, in the crowds there and watching history happen. And it's fabulous to have you with us. There's so many. How many of you play cricket over here? Is there? So you pretty much have all the boys and some girls put their hands up. And everybody wants to be a cricketer. And yet, everybody doesn't get to be a successful cricketer. And even those who make it to the team, very few of them go on to become a Kumble, a Dravid, a Ganguly, a Sachin. You've seen so many flashes in the pan. People who come for 1 or 2 seasons and then just kind of fall by the wayside. What is the difference between a Kumble, Sachin, Sehwag, Dravid, and somebody who comes and shines just for a couple of seasons?
No, I mean, talent, you can't compare talent. I guess everyone is equally talented. Some of them are slightly better talented. But I think what is the difference is how you think of using that talent, and then how do you react to certain situations, and then how do you actually, prepare. I think that differentiates between, good players and then people who actually don't make it. Everybody gets an opportunity, and some days you're lucky that, those opportunities turn into your best performances. And I guess, for me, at the start of my career, I was fortunate that I was able to make some good performances for India, and then suddenly, everybody felt that I was the key bowler to go to. I think you need to create that kind of an environment as you walk into the team initially. If you do not do that, then if you don't lead when you get the opportunity, and if you're only looking to, be led, then I think, there are chances that somebody else will take your place.
I have a lot of questions, but I'm going to give all of you an opportunity to ask questions because, when it comes to cricket, everybody thinks he's the biggest pundit and everybody has lots of questions. But the way this is going to work is everybody needs to stay silent. Can we have silence in the audience, please? And you can put up your hand, but when the question has been asked, till Jumbo finishes, everybody stays silent, okay? Then I don't want everybody jumping in and saying while he's speaking that we want to ask questions. That's the way we'll do it, okay? So who wants to ask the first question? This gentleman in front has been putting his hand up. I'll get him to ask the first question. Go ahead, please.
So,
but I want silence in the rest of the audience, okay? So that he can ask his question and then Kumble can answer. Go ahead, please.
So, like we all know, you were the captain of the Indian Test team. So now, who do you think can be another successful captain like you in the current squad?
There's already two successful captains in the current squad. MS Dhoni has been the most successful captain for India. He's won 2 World Cups. He's held the trophy when India became the #1 Test team in the world, and he also won the Champions Trophy. And Virat has just taken over Test captaincy. He's been successful in Sri Lanka. So you have 2 successful captains. So I don't see a reason for us to find a third one. And I think at the moment, these 2 are doing a wonderful job.
There was an interview which Virendra Sehwag did just yesterday where he said that you were the best captain he played with. He said that you used to give a lot of confidence to your players. So how do you see your style of captaincy being different from, say, a Ganguly?
I can't really compare, but I was fortunate to have Sehwag in my team. In fact, when we picked the team for the Australia series in 2008, Sehwag was out of form and he was not a part of the Indian team till the time that we picked him back into the Australian team. And from there on, he didn't look back in his second inning. And he not only scored hundreds, but double hundreds and even triple hundreds. And I don't think there was any difference. I think for me, at least in my generation, what we created was a core leadership team. And as long as the core leadership team remained, and whoever was the captain, it didn't really matter. And yes, there are different styles of captaincy. People lead differently. Communication is slightly different. Some people come across as being really aggressive. Some people come across as being calm. So it's just a different style of leadership. But as long as the core remains the same, and then you take all those decisions, especially in tough times, you need to depend on the core. And I was fortunate to have such wonderful players. You mentioned all of them, whether it was Rahul, Saurav, Lakshman, Sachin, or a Sehwag, or even Bhaji, or Zahir Khan, and everybody else as a part of the core.
Okay. We'll take the next question. But once again, I want silence because all of you are trying to put your hands up when Jumbo is speaking. Once you've asked your question, silence please. Who wants to ask the next question? Okay, that gentleman who's waving the blue and white lights. Let's give him the mic, please. And Anil Kumble has got some personally signed cricket balls. He will pick from the people who ask the questions. Whoever asks the smartest question will get a cricket ball signed by the legend himself. So give it your best shot.
गुड इवनिंग सर.
Good evening.
सर आपने तीनों तरह के क्रिकेट खेले, टेस्ट, वनडे एंड T20. तो क्या कंडीशन रहती है टेस्ट में, वनडे में, T20 में जब आप बॉल खिलाते हो एक बैटर को?
He's asking, how do you go from being a T20 bowler to a test bowler? How difficult is it to make the adjustment?
I think the adjustment is easier to come from test to one day to T20 rather than the other way around. That's what I felt because I had played a lot. Growing up, I was playing a lot more longer formats of the game, whereas the current lot of cricketers growing up play a lot more of the one-day format. So for them, perhaps it's a lot easier for them to adjust from various formats. For me,
do you feel the younger generation doesn't take test cricket as seriously as you all did?
I don't think so. I think they take test cricket as seriously as we did. It's just that they play a lot more T20 and one-dayers than... I think one-dayers, even we played a lot of one-day cricket. T20, yes, the current generation play a lot more. But I certainly feel, I don't get the feeling that they don't take it seriously. They certainly take test cricket a lot more seriously. And, just because there are a lot more T20 matches, the tendency is to reflect on performances and scrutinize people on their performances in one format and then comparing it with the other format.
Okay, next question. Someone from this side. No, 1 second. That gentleman who's got 3 lights up in the air at the same time. Yes, go for it.
India recently played a ODI with South Africa, and India lost to South Africa in a match with the margin of 249 runs. So, what do you think is the state of Indian team right now, and will it ever be able to cover up the gap which has been created, and will it ever be able to win over South Africa with such a big margin?
No, I think, that was one of a match where India was totally outplayed. If you look at the series in total, I think the first 4 matches was evenly poised. India certainly had the upper hand going into the last one-dayer, but South Africa batted brilliantly. All their 3 batsmen who scored hundreds, whether it was de Kock, Faf du Plessis, or even A.B. de Villiers, batted brilliantly. And once a team scores 438, then it's very difficult for the team that is chasing, unless you have 100 for no loss at the end of 10 or 12 overs, then you possibly can have a chance of coming close to it. So I don't like to base the performance of the Indian team on one match, but if you look at the overall series, I thought it was a very well fought series. Of course, South Africa, did exceptionally well to beat India. And going into the test series, yes, there will be some scars of that particular match going into the test match, but I don't see it, hampering that much, because a test format and the test team itself is a lot different to the one-day team.
Do you all want to take some tips in how to bowl good leg spin bowling? Yeah? So, can I call our events team to the stage, and can you bring us 2 leather balls, please? So, we'll get Anil to share with us some tricks. Sir, here. You want to stand up? So, how many of you think you know how to bowl leg spin? Okay. So, we'll start with just the conventional leg spin ball. Why don't you take our audience through this?
I used to grip the ball very differently to a regular leg spinner. So, I used to bowl with a thumb pressed like that. Very different to the conventional leg spinners who bowl like this. So for me, it was more using the thumb and then these 2 fingers to spin the ball as this. And if I had to bowl a top spinner, then the wrist was like this. And if I had to bowl a googly, I used to bowl the conventional googly like this with back of the hand looking at the batsman. And sometimes later on in my career, I developed a googly which only these 3 fingers, pressing the ball and then turning it that way.
Fabulous. Can we have a round of applause, please? So, are you guys good at catching the ball? No, 1 second. Because what we don't want is to smash somebody's head, okay? So, 1 second.
This is a hard ball. You don't want somebody...
Are you sure you'll be able to catch the ball? Okay, there are enough people there. Don't blame me later if somebody's head falls, okay? Okay, maybe that side you can toss the ball. Throw it like this.
Be careful. This is a hard ball. It hurts. Okay? Drop. Catch, drop. Come on.
Come on, Dilly. You can't miss the catch. You
Catch,
can't miss
drop.
the catch. You can't miss the catch, okay? Very
drop
poor
the catch.
fielding.
Drop. No, we'll need one more for this.
Dilly Walo. Do we have another ball?
I think we need.
We have a 3rd ball. Where's the 3rd ball? You had only 2.
Only 2. Sorry about that. Drop catch. Drop catch.
No, there are only 2 balls. What do we give? But anyway,
Drop.
very disappointed with the standard of fielding in this audience. Very poor fielding. But nonetheless, thank you for trying. Okay, questions. We'll take more questions. So who gets to ask the next question?
Okay, since they did not get the ball.
Yeah, since they didn't get the ball, this gentleman here in the orange t-shirt, can somebody bring him a mic, please? Okay, we have one more ball. No. after a while.
I think this is for the best question. So.
Best question. Best question. Yes. Best question. 1 second. Sit down. No, 1 second. Just 1 second.
I think we need to calm
This
down.
cannot go like this. One person gets selected to ask the question. I will ask very few. I'll give you as many opportunities to ask. But once somebody's been selected, stay silent. Okay? It's very disruptive otherwise. Stay silent. Sit down. Whoever's standing will not get to ask a question. So only if you're sitting will we get you to ask a question. Go ahead, please.
Hi, sir. Good evening. I'm a big fan of yours.
Just hold the mic close to your mouth.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of yours. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Thank you.
My question is regarding Indian bowling. See, we had heroes like Zahir Khan, you obviously, then Zawahir Srinivas was there. But right now there is no hero in the Indian cricket team. We have batsmen like Virat Kohli, Shikhar Dhawan, all are very aggressive batsmen. But we don't have any aggressive bowler. Is that which is lagging at the ground level, or it is in the mentality of the bowler?
Why haven't we been able
Or
to
is it
produce
at the-
another Kumble?
Yeah, just to finish up, is it about the mentality of a bowler which is coming out on the international level and not able to compete?
No, I think there are good bowlers in the team. You have Ravichandran Ashwin, who's done exceptionally well in the 3-4 years that he's been playing for India.
Sir, my question is for fast bowlers.
Fast bowlers. They've been good fast bowlers. You have Mohammad Shami, Umesh Yadav, Bhuvanesh Kumar. They've all done well. It's just that I think we need to show a lot more patience. With the kind of patience that we have towards a batsman, I think we need to express that same kind of patience with regard to bowlers
Why
as
don't we
well.
have a Dale Steyn?
No,
Exactly.
I think people are comparing. I mean, Dale Steyn is a world-class bowler, and he's picked up 400 plus wickets in international cricket. I don't think that's a fair comparison. I think we can compare, someone like Umesh Yadav or Mohammad Shami or even a Ishant Sharma who's been playing for a while, and he's been injured at the moment. But if you look at Indian bowling, I don't think we show the same kind of patience that we need to show with regard to our batsmen, because if you look at most wickets, especially in the shorter format, is heavily loaded towards batsmen. So it's quite a challenge to be a bowler and to run in every day, day in, day out. Every second day you're playing, so it's not easy for a bowler to run in and show the same kind of performances. And even a Dale Steyn at times has shown that he's vulnerable when he's continuously playing for a period of time in the shorter format.
Okay, next question.
Perfect, sir. Thank you.
No, 1 second. Just hear me for a second. I just want to emphasize this once more. After someone has been selected to ask a question, everybody else needs to stay silent, okay? No, you can raise your hands now, but after someone's been selected, stay silent. Okay, so who gets to ask the question? We haven't had a girl ask the question, so let's get her to ask the question. Yes, 1 second. 1 second. Just give her the mic, please.
Good evening, sir. Myself, Kriti from St. Stephen's College. I wanted to ask that why Indian women cricket team is not as popular as Indian men cricket team. Why don't they receive the coverage as men's receive? What's the reason behind that?
No, they are. Currently, they are getting a
No,
lot
they
of
don't
coverage.
receive.
No, they don't play the same number of matches. They don't play the same number of matches that Indian men play, but they certainly are recognized in world cricket. And in fact, from this year onwards, even women cricketers, Indian women cricketers, will be centrally contracted by the BCCI. So they will be on par with men cricketers, and the T20 World Cup is coming up. So I'm sure you'll follow the Indian T20 women's team's progress in the T20 World Cup, which will be hosted in India.
Okay, next
Very
question.
well, sir. Thank you.
Okay, that lady with the pink lights there. Okay, next question from there. Go ahead.
How hard was it?
Next question from here.
How hard was it to convince your parents that you wanted to get into a profession like that? Because we know all our parents have been telling us be doctors, engineers, chartered accountants or something. Were your parents a trouble for you or were they supportive throughout? And if at all you did convince them, how did you go about it?
No, even my parents said that we want you to become an engineer. So I became an engineer and also became a cricketer. So you can do both if you... and my parents were very supportive. They never questioned about my cricket because I felt that I didn't give them an opportunity to actually sit me down and tell me that you can't play cricket because you're doing poorly in school or college. So I didn't give them an opportunity. So if, I'm a parent now, so if my child doesn't give me an opportunity to sit him down and tell him that, look, you can't be doing this, and he's going out and playing, I'll allow him to play. I think, it's something that we feel that you need to do only one. If you're a sportsman, you can't study. I don't think that's true. You can do both. And yes, you need to obviously sacrifice a few more other things that you as a youngster would love to have. But, those sacrifices I made, I'm really happy that I made those sacrifices there.
Okay, next question. 1 second. Someone from there. Okay, everybody wants that one person to ask the question, so go ahead.
Good evening, sir. My name is Rajendra. I want to ask one question.
Are you so popular again?
Yeah. Actually, we are from Rajasthan, Sikar, and these are my students, and I'm the director of that school. That's why they are just screaming.
Ah, well done then.
I want to ask from Kumble sir, you are the ideal for all the people here, and you are very humble also in the Indian cricket team when you were just played there. If you are the selectors and you want to select 11, you dream team from the 11, means जो अब तक के जितने भी प्लेयर्स खेल कर आए हैं उनमें से अगर आपको 11 को चुनना हो और वनडे क्रिकेट टीम है तो वो 11 कौन से होंगे आपकी नजर में? If you are the
question, well done. Let's hear the Anil Kumble 11. So who will be your opening batsman?
No, see, I've never been a selector, nor do I want to be a selector. The only time that I was a selector was to choose as a captain team from a 15 to pick up 11. So that's all I did. I never went across eras, so I don't think...
you to pick the Anil Kumble 11.
No,
That's
I
fun.
understand.
Come on, go for it.
It's fun, but it's not fair on... You can pick 3 11s, and all 3 of them would be equally good. So if you want me to pick my one-day team, I'd like to pick the 2003 World Cup team. Most of them will get selected in my team. Whether it is Sachin, Saurabh, Rahul, Virendra Sehwag.
Who would be your opening batsman?
My opening batsman would be Sachin and Saurabh. Number 3 would be Virendra Sehwag.
Who would come in at 4?
4 would be Virat Kohli, since he was not there in 2003. 5 would be Rahul.
Okay, it's his team, not yours. Let him pick it.
No, you tell me your team.
No.
Yeah, I've still not come. I'm only at number 5.
He's at 5. So who?
I'm at number 5. Number 6 will be MS Dhoni. Number 7, Yuvraj Singh. Number 8, I have to choose myself.
Number 9?
Harbhajan Singh. And then the 3 fast bowlers would be Javagal Srinath, Zahir Khan, and Venkatesh Prasad. From my era. I'm only looking at my era. I'm not going before that. So if you go before that, obviously Kapil Dev will be a part of that squad.
Okay, last 2 questions. We're out of time. Okay? So we've taken enough questions from here. That gentleman who's got 2 lights up in the air. There. So you have to be a bit dramatic to catch my eye, right? Second last question, please.
Hello.
1 second. Just 1 second. Now that he's been selected, show the courtesy of staying silent and listen to his question. All right? Go ahead, please. Yeah, we hear you. Don't worry.
A lot of questions.
No, this is the Lalu mic. Yeah, just give him a proper mic, please. Can someone send him a proper mic, please?
Hello.
Yes.
So there has been a lot of question about the people heading the BCCI, as people feel that they are not much aware about the cricket because they have never played it. So if the head of BCCI one day, what reforms would you bring?
I think it can't be answered in a platform like this. But I was head of Karnataka State Cricket Association, and I felt in those 3 years, our focus was to ensure that infrastructure was across all of Karnataka and not just restricted to one city. And we were happy with the reforms that we brought in those 3 years. And I don't think there's a platform for us to discuss what kind of reforms and I don't think in a platform like this I'll be able to address that. So I guess it's not necessary always that you need to be a cricketer to head a organization. But I certainly was fortunate enough to be associated in the administration setup where whatever I had thought that needs to be done as a player, instead of sitting on the other side and then complaining, Javagal Srinath and I and some of my other colleagues took the initiative to come and change at least for those 3 years. And we came in only to do that, and we were happy and really satisfied with what we achieved in those 3 years.
Okay, last question. So whoever's the most dramatic gets to ask the question. Whoever we see jump around the most excited. Who's most excited about wanting to ask the question? Okay, that girl over there who's jumping like crazy. That one right at the back. Can someone send the mic to her, please? The one in the white. Can someone send the mic to her, please? Yes, go ahead, please. And you know that there's a personally signed cricket ball that somebody's going to get. Go ahead. Go on, we hear you.
What's the best moment in Team India, apart from winning the World Cup, sir?
Best moment?
What's your best moment?
My best moment was, when we became the #1 test team in 2010. Although I was not part of the team, I felt really a part of the team because the journey of being to achieve a #1 status did not happen in 1 year, and it was a period of 4 to 5 years. It really felt nice when MS Dhoni picked up that mace from ICC as #1 test team.
Fabulous. So now one of you is going to get this ball. Here you go. You remember everyone who asked the question. No, one second.
No, we'll have to.
This is only for those who got to ask the questions. One of them gets the ball.
No, I think the girl who asked the education question, I think she's the one.
She's having a good day. She got to come on the stage and dance earlier. Now she's getting a ball from the legend himself, so fabulous.
Come.
No, let her come on the stage, let she miss the catch and someone else gets the ball. Come. What's your name?
Ujjwala Gangwal.
Ujjwala, congratulations. Go ahead. It's her lucky day. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much, Anil Kumble. Pleasure having you with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
So just stay for a second.
All right, a big round of applause. Mr. Kumble, I request you to stay on stage while I call upon Mr. Sahil Malik, MD Damilano, to come up on stage and present Mr. Kumble with a small token of our appreciation. A big round of applause, people.
Can we have a big round of applause for Anil Kumble, please?